Hello, brother.
Konnichiwa.
Sure.
What's up, buddy?
Book two's better. Here we go. Hadrian has broken us.
No, I'm resilient. I'm tough.
He builds us. Does he break us down to build us up?
Though I am but half a phylactery, I'm still here.
I lost my phylactery. Housekeeping. I would like to give Chris Ruocchio a big apology from the show. May have threatened him for not responding to our emails about getting an advanced reader copy. We were given an advanced reader copy, and I sort of feel like we threw a tantrum to get it. I don't like that.
Yeah, we didn't quite throw a public tantrum about it, but we certainly weren't. We were a little bit like the emperor. We were ungracious to our rescuers.
When we were devoting time on the pod to asking if anyone knew him personally and could get us an advanced reader copy, that's how you know we're desperate. But we're no longer desperate. We have the book. And
it's actually a big moment. This is a big moment for the pod.
It feels real now. I feel like a real journalist.
I told my dad, and he said he was proud of me.
Didn't you tell your mom? She's like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, she didn't like it. She didn't like it because the follow-up was, what's your podcast?
First of all, thank you for listening, Mom.
She's like, I don't think I'm going to listen to that one.
I have not told my parents about this podcast, and I imagine I never will.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Not unless we get real big and start getting ads from like BetterHelp. I don't think my parents know that I swear regularly.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't want them to know that.
Yeah, truly, I don't need them. I don't need them listening.
Do you swear in front of your mother?
Yeah, sometimes for shock value.
Yeah, just keep her honest.
Yeah, I like to get a couple margaritas deep with her and tell her about a new tattoo or something.
Well, I don't do that, but maybe I'll try it. Mix it up.
Yeah, Mama was in town in New York last week. It was great.
Yeah,
we had a blast.
Big Mama. Yeah,
Big Mama.
That's lovely. Do we have any other?
Yeah, we have an arc. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, we have an arc. Haven't read a page of it. But that's because we ain't caught up yet.
Yeah, our other housekeeping piece will be, we're going to be finishing Ashes of Man in this episode. Very exciting. And then we're going to be crushing Disquiet Gods over the next 2-ish weeks. Yeah,
I think we're doing another 2-episoder, which I'm a little sad about because people seem to love Disquiet Gods, and I think it's going to be very lore heavy. So I guess we'll just have a big fat lore corner.
Yeah, Lore corner.
Also, weird editing note from last episode. I started by saying that I couldn't get AI to make us a jingle. Between the time that I said that and we released the episode, I was able to figure out how to do it. So the jingle is in there. Let us know if you liked it. Sorry for using AI. I know it's a little lame, but
I liked it.
Yeah, whatever.
You do have a recording studio with guitars and microphones in your apartment. You could have just made it.
But I don't have that vocal range.
Lower corner.
You'd get a real whispery Elliott Smith lore corner if you got me to do it.
Corner.
I also tried to get a ska version of it, but it just didn't come out right. It sounded like TJ Maxx music.
Yeah. Also, editing note. I don't know which intro I'm going with for this episode. I don't know if we're going Huntrix Bardcore or if we're going.
Oh yeah, the algorithm served me up a bunch of K-pop Demon Hunters Bardcore covers.
We're gonna see what do I have time to edit this week. You're gonna find out, listener.
So we got options. It's tough because I love continuity, but I also love Golden and Soda Pop. So we'll see.
Oh my god,
we'll see.
K-pop Demon Hunters is one of my more recommended movies of all time. I've told a lot of people about it.
I have listened to a lot about it. By that I mean I just listen to the tunes while I'm working.
Oh my gosh. Important update. Spy Family season 3 is out.
Yeah. Haven't seen season 2.
That just infuriates me.
My anime consumption cannot keep up with yours.
That's from 2 years ago.
You're a special talent.
And Kathy likes it.
She does like it. Yeah. No, I don't know. We're sucked in on Love is Blind Denver.
Oh my God.
They got some freaks in Denver.
We're sucked in on Great British Bake Off. We have a weekly bracket going.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually kind of fun. And the punishment is you have to go, the loser goes to the winner city and you have to bake something from the show for them.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a good punishment.
Do you think you could survive a single week on Bake Off?
Oh, God, no.
Same. I'm one of the worst cooks I know.
I think I could do the first one, like, because they have all week to prep something and they can bring all the ingredients from home. Like, I think I could do that. Like, it wouldn't be pretty, but I don't think I would, like, immediately get kicked off the show. But the technical, would be a disaster.
Yeah. Now, if they're having me make a baked Alaska on the fly, I'm fucked.
Yeah. And it's like they give you half the ingredients.
I also have really juvenile taste in desserts. This is a Tonight Dough Ben & Jerry's filled cookie. Enjoy.
This is a chopped up Twix.
You just give them a bag of Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, Prue, open your mouth. Let me pop a couple in there.
Open up, Prue.
Open up,
Give me
Prue.
that Hollywood handshake.
Prue, I know you like rum. I'm going to pour some rum in your mouth after this. All right. Should we talk about Hadrian?
Yeah, man.
What do you have to say about him?
I mean, this was a classic. This was is he in jail? Is he not in jail? Is he back in jail? Yes. Now he's out of jail again.
Yeah.
Just a classic Hadrian.
Yeah, man. He's doing Hadrian shit. He's getting caught. He's getting uncaught. And I don't want to step on the lead, man, but our prediction from the last 12 episodes finally came true.
Woohoo!
God damn. I don't feel good about it.
No.
But the witch is dead.
I mean, it's good. You know, when you keep hammering that line every week, it's bound to hit.
Yeah. It's sort of like when you gamble on your favorite team to lose, you know? It's like, Velka's dead, but I did predict it, you know? So
that's exactly what I did this weekend. I bet on USC and Texas to lose, and they both won.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Lose the bet, win the... Yeah, it's the emotional hedge.
I know. I was happy with the decision.
Yeah. In this case...
Should we rip a little summary?
Yeah, let's do it. We need structure.
And then get into it?
All right. Okay. Huntrix.
We enter in a scene of crisis. Hadrian captured again. Urbane is about to take him back to Daddy Doriaika, and all his men are dead. How will our hero ever escape? Like all crappy Bond villains, Urbane refuses to listen to the reason of his henchmen, leaves Hadrian once again with his armor, unbound, and near weaponry. More importantly, though, Jad is in the house. The poet prince and his 125 hot concubines are here to save the day. And it turns out the prince is really Hadrian's old homie, Aloran. After Hadrian is back to safety, he finds out that the emperor is under siege on Perfugium by the Cielsan army. Just another planet.
Perfect.
Perfect. Of course, Hadrian is the only person who can be sent on a stealth mission to rescue the emperor, despite literally just fucking up that same mission 20 pages ago. Hadrian fights his way underground like Matthias of Redwall, chopping off Cielsan heads and lecturing the emperor like he's a dumb child. The emperor is somehow mad he's being rescued until he's forced to watch a man give birth to a Cielsan love child on camera. Then he's ready to dip. The escape pods fire off into the waiting hands of Basander Lin, and everyone is safe. Oh wait. Oh no. Not Valka. Slippy, no!
Oh, gee, come on.
Hadrian is way more upset about this than he was about Kat, and he rage quits the army and bitch slaps the emperor. Once again, he's thrown in jail, but wait, prison break. The new Red Company of Lin, Lorien, and Aloran bust him out, and we end with Hadrian on his way to the Jedi planet of Jad.
Beep.
Beep.
Well done. There we go.
I couldn't really get through that
one. I
could
tell that you had regrets about writing the Slippy line as you're about to deliver it.
I actually didn't.
You didn't? I didn't feel like you were committed to delivering it. Or maybe you're just laughing.
I was just giggling too much. The best is when I'm gonna put some sort of sound effect in there also for future people listening to a post-edited version. But every time I kept trying to find the Slippy No clip from Star Fox, there's a prank version of it where it's Falco doing a Ligma joke.
I thought you were going to say it's one of those ones that's like bass boosted, where it goes from quiet to deafeningly loud.
It's like, we're about to reach the planet of Ligma. And Slippy's like, what's that? He goes, Slippy, no.
Maybe we patch that in.
Eyes open, 4 enemies ahead. I've got him. Careful. I heard Andros gave his troops Ligma.
Ligma? What's Ligma?
Slippy, no! Ligma balls!
I'm going to try it. It's good.
Well done, Internet.
But yeah, what a section. We cover a lot of ground.
Before we continue, I think you referred to Lorian as being in the Red Company.
It's
that boy's
the new
dead.
Red Company.
He's dead.
Well,
no chance we see Lorian again.
Now he is, but when
he's not part of the Red Company.
He was part of the Red Company.
He was. Not anymore.
Yeah. Well, there is no. It was a play because there's no Red Company.
Not if Democrats have their way.
They're all dead.
Yeah, he's dead, right? Or at least we're not seeing him again.
Well, the whole concept is he's gonna shoulder the burden of the escape.
Yeah.
And Aloran and Lynn are gonna, go off into the distance with Hadrian. But
yeah, that's what the kids call taking an L from the ops.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna challenge me on that being a thing kids say, but
no. I truly this is one of the first years, because I usually in my professional life work with a lot of 18 to 24-year-olds. This is the first year I'm totally lost on the language.
You're lost?
I felt like I was keeping up for a while.
Someone tried to explain to me what this whole 67 thing is going on.
Dude, that's one that I can't figure out.
It's tough being at the age where I'm reading a Newsweek article about what a meme is and I still can't get it. I'm like a half step away from like when you show your parents like a meme of an animal and they're like, whose animal is that?
Whose pet is that?
Whose
is that
cat?
Sally's
Do you know that
dog?
cat? I was like, no, he just wants a cheeseburger.
God damn it, Mom.
Okay. Okay.
That was it?
I guess...
That was your only note? I thought you had a lot of critique ready to
I forgot.
fire off.
I forgot
Good.
the other ones. So should we just go way back to Urbane?
Way back.
Urbane's a moron.
Dude, this is so dumb.
What's up with
this
guy?
This was up there. I would actually tier list Painted Man number 1, Urbane number 2.
Are you talking about instances of malpractice?
Yeah. And Doriaika number 3 in terms of villain malpractice.
Dude, I might put Doriaika number 1 for having Hadrian in his sights and letting him go put together his will.
Yeah, well, that wasn't even the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of the one where he tortures him for 7 years and then gives him all his armor back.
Suit. Yeah. Okay, I agree. That one's lower. But though we've complained about the Doriaika malpractice, I love watching Urbane commit malpractice. He's not like the big bad. He's just a goofy, evil scientist.
It's so good.
I also feel like Ruocchio knows that he's funny. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
this was a funny scene. Like, this was a classic fuck up.
It's also like so video gamey, and he just like, it's like when you're playing Zelda and it's like, oh, this creature has a glowing eyeball. I probably need to shoot the glowing eyeball. Urbane's like, oh, you made a classic mistake. You only chopped off my head. You in fact need to shoot me in the chest also.
And they shoot him in the chest.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
It's like, thank you. It's huge info.
Dude, also the dialogue in this first part is comically hilarious. It's like Hadrian like, I'll kill you. You'll never get away with it. Like, damn you if you've hurt her. It's so silly.
I'll turn her into my robot bride.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, man. They should have switched the voices. Urbane should have gotten Sirianni's voice, and Sirianni should have gotten literally any other voice.
Yeah, that's still crazy to me. I can't believe you've listened to parts of the audiobook with that because I wouldn't be able to take it seriously.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna play a clip of a particularly disturbing line delivery from Sirianni here. Maybe we use a little editing magic to. No, I've got it right here. Okay, I'm gonna
Wow.
play this in. You like that?
It's so good.
Yeah. That's story Aiko over the intercom, like in Perfugium. That's what everyone's hearing as they're hiding in the bunkers. Humans!
Oh, it's the worst.
I wonder what Ruocchio thinks about that voice.
Yeah, do you think he had any editorial say in the audiobook, you know?
It's tough because the narrator is really good.
Well, because I've heard the rest of the sections and he like switches back and it's perfectly fine.
No, he's like an actively good narrator.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine, what's Ruocchio going to say? This guy's been doing an awesome job for many books. I just chose a silly clown voice for the biggest villain in the series. Whatever. Cut him a little slack.
I feel like it's one of those where like, when you forget someone's name, like for the third time when you meet them, and it's too late to ask them their name. That's how Ruocchio must feel. He's like, we're 4 books in. Like I can't have this conversation now.
Yeah. Before Shadows Upon Time, he's like, listen, can we recalculate? Yeah. Okay. So
this is a funny scene.
Here's the hot question. Is Urban dead?
Just for my own sanity, yes. I kind of want him to be. I got a little sick of like the cicada husk, leave your body behind and like transmit your entire soul off planet. Because at a certain point like that, I don't know, we got to nip that in the bud a little bit because then it's just, you're fighting an infinite clone army and that's not fun for anyone.
Fool me 5 times. Shame on me.
And it's truly like a fool me 5. Like he's killed this guy like 3 or 4 times, including like the side novels, the novellas. I think he's killed some of these same Minos people over and over again.
Yeah. I'm still interested in Minos. Like I want them around, but I don't need Urbane specifically around.
Well, and Minos is going to play a big part because they clearly delivered the poison off planet already. They've been doing this for decades, they said. Yeah. So Minos ain't going anywhere.
Oh, I listened in prep for this episode. I just listened to, Ruocchio puts up summaries of all the books on YouTube. I listened to his, and he said that Minos was using kind of Mercani tech to develop the cancer, which we knew. But it was interesting that he used those words.
Yeah.
I know that it's very obvious, but I do wonder if that does mean that they're going to be trying to do some AI shit in addition to the cancer stuff. We'll see.
I definitely think so. I think they're trying to create an AI god out of themselves or something and, combine their intellects, whatever weird villain shit they're up to.
They just want an AI girlfriend.
Yeah. But speaking of body clones and AI, there's some interesting little drop out or call out to Vorgassos in that section. Did you catch that?
I think I'm blending various sections. What were you thinking of?
They basically, the Minos people reference Karn Sagara and that he like committed an intellectual sin by actually splitting himself into 2 bodies, like 2 actual clones. And that they say that Vorgassos was lost to himself. And so there's an interesting insinuation that maybe, I don't know, Karn Sagara went a little nuts. And they say that the girl won.
Yeah, the girl won. That's so cool. I want Karn back. He's the most interesting antagonist in the series, in my opinion.
I would love a little drop in from him in the next 2 books. That'd be great. Or from her. I don't know. Whatever they are.
I don't get how you create that fascinating 10,000-year-old man split between 2 children's bodies situation and then not put it on the page.
And then fly him off into deep space.
Yeah. These guys are going to get about 3 sentences in the rest of my series. That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. He's not gone. They keep dropping mentions.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath, though. I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess besides that, the big reveal in this scene was Jad is here. The army that took, like, 1,000 years to show up.
Man, we've been talking about wanting to meet the Black Prince of Death and Skulls. Turns out we met him in book 1.
I really liked his intro. I liked they're like, oh, he's so restrained. He's such a refined prince. He lowered his concubines to only 125.
He's a certified lib.
Yeah, but he's like a poet and a lover boy.
I love that. I am skilled in the arts of love and war and poetry. Yeah.
The best is when Hadrian's so fucking annoying because they're going to like lead him to the prince, and it's like one of the lackeys of the prince. He's trying to like really politely explain Jadian culture, and Hadrian just keeps quoting Latin to him and ignoring everything he says, and then like daps up the prince in front of him. It's just like, oh my God.
These guys do not know who they're dealing with.
No.
They're dealing with a man who's about to slap the emperor in about 200 pages.
Yeah. I also have a hot take here. Hadrian is going to get with a Jadian. He is going to rebound off Volca.
Yeah, okay. This is not the time to bring up the rebounding, but I'm going to forget. Didn't he have visions of himself with the princess, the emperor's daughter?
Yes. With like is it Celerine? I don't think it is.
When was she even last on page? Was it Demon in White?
Yeah, it feels like.
Couldn't have been Kingdoms of Death because he was
a couple books ago. Yeah.
I'm wondering because at this point it really doesn't feel like that is a promising pairing.
No, it does not. But it is interesting that he keeps staring at all the Jadian warrior princesses and talking about how hot they are.
He wants a big mama.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to Jad. He's going to get one.
Yeah.
That's my hot take.
So the Jadians, god damn, I wish I'd taken better notes on their culture, but they are like fairly...
They're Jedi.
No, they're... Okay, I was going to say they're based on a real Earth society, and their religion is based on like Zoroastrianism, which I just destroyed the pronunciation of. But anyways, that's what they're practicing.
I was going to say they wear robes, they have lightsabers, they talk funny, and they jump 25 feet in the air. They are Jedi.
We can both be right. I think we're just making different points.
I think we are both right. No, there is actually like a fascinating, like they split off. They believe in cloning technology, to build warriors. Like there's actually really cool things about their culture.
Yeah. There's also like a passage where Hadrian is... God, we're right about so much shit. Remember when you said Hadrian doesn't listen to music, he just listens to audiobooks?
Yeah.
He's sitting there listening to like Jadian scriptures. So I Googled some of the words in that, and it was the Zoroastrian religion.
That's actually very
cool.
There
you go. It's survived.
Good lore.
So
Good
that's
lore
all
corner
the fire stuff that they're talking about is that. So there.
Yeah, Ruocchio, I always like when he flexes his real knowledge. I don't know, it's nice.
Yeah.
He also flexed some like Roman civilization knowledge in this section. We're talking hippodromes, vomitoria, all things from my sixth grade Kurtamen.
I love a good hippodrome.
I love a good vomitorium.
Yeah, tell you what.
Tell you what, brother.
Poop deck or vomitorium? What's she taking?
Man, when I'm on my 7th course of a banquet and I need to vomit to make room for the 8th.
Vomitorium. Yeah, no doubt. That's going to be at my wedding, I think. The Franzia Vomitorium.
Yeah. But what happens here? They put him on ice and they're going to go meet up with the emperor. That's the plan, right?
Yeah. Well, don't they get intercepted? God, I can't remember the exact order of events, but
he gets woken up early.
Yeah, he gets. Yeah. They're going somewhere, and they get woken up early by none other than not the emperor,
Alexander,
bitch boy Alexander. Alexander's starting to lose me, man. I thought he was going to be my Gilliam. He is no Gilliam.
He's such a little Anakin.
Gilliam got a couple shout outs in this section, by the way.
He actually did. Yeah,
he'd be thinking about him. Much like me.
Thinks about him more than Cat. That's for sure.
Yeah. Dude, rest in peace. Maybe is that what happens? Valka's dead. He's like, what if Cat's still alive?
Yeah. Because let me just reach into my little quiet reality here and
have any of you seen a toothless homeless girl who's probably eating fish out of a gutter? No.
Man, you remember the simpler times when we met the first little like Gumby aliens?
Yeah, what happened to those people?
I don't know. The peaceful Gumby aliens who snapped.
That is crazy that those were the enemies in book 1. It was like Gumby alien breaking up a picnic.
They were like aqua farming slaves, and then like Hadrian tried to bust them out, basically.
Now Hadrian's fighting literal gods. This is video game progression. You go from killing rats to killing God.
That's true.
Okay. So Alexander comes crawling back to Papa Hadrian.
Save my daddy.
I know.
Please.
Hadrian should have said, why don't you go save him, you little bitch?
I did think the one part I pulled out of this section was that Hadrian realizes he doesn't want to die anymore.
Yeah.
Which is I thought it was a good bookend to the whole PTSD portion.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about this in the wrap up, but I mean, to anyone who listened to our episodes, you probably know we weren't crazy about Kingdoms of Death. But I do like the way that it sets up this book. Like, you can really feel the impact that had on him psychologically all through this book. And I found that stuff really interesting. So maybe we endured a little bit of torture for a little bit of absolution here. Not that Hadrian gets any, but
2/3 of this book was my favorite book of the series.
I was thinking about it because
it was really it was a comfort read. I was actually having a lot of fun. The ending, we'll get to. I didn't love the ending, but the first 70% I was really digging.
This one did surprise me. I liked it a lot more than I thought. I just thought that for some reason I thought there was like a fan consensus that this was the worst book. So I don't know. I was like, and whenever I hear that sort of thing, I almost always end up liking it more because my expectations are low. Low expectations are the best.
True.
But I still think Howling Dark's the one for me. I love Vergassos coming back from the dead for the first time, seeing the Brethren. Like I think those are like among the key things I will remember from this series, like years from now.
Yeah, that was the best world building book by far in terms of like creative character development, creative landscapes, creative, space conflict, the space conflict. I've been missing that a lot because you remember when like the antimatter ray like blows up the Cielson ship when they're on Vergassos?
Yeah.
It was sick. That scene was awesome. And all of the space conflict now feels like we're either in a tunnel for it, so it doesn't feel grand. Like you don't actually get the scale of the fight. Actually, I don't have another example. He's always in a ship or underground during a space conflict.
Yeah.
It almost feels like Ruocchio like took a step back creatively from trying to write a Star Trek battle, you know?
Yeah. I will say that I did like the way, we got a big old New York siren going. The way that they were watching all of the escape ships get deployed and then occasionally get deleted, I thought was really cool in this section.
That was hardcore, yeah.
Yeah, very like interesting creative decision to have them just watching it on a monitor, but I thought he did a great job of it. Really liked it. So.
Yeah, because for what it teed up, it worked well.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about Alexander? Other than he really comes begging for Hadrian's help, and goddamn does he sell this fucker out later in the book.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this scene, because except that I just haven't bought Alexander's development as a character. Like, he really just petered out in that one scene where he got mad at Hadrian at the party for talking shit.
Yeah,
and he hasn't made sense as a character ever since to me.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where like I can explain why he feels this way, but I don't necessarily feel it when I'm reading it. Like he still just strikes me as like a sort of impetuous child, even though I know why he feels that way, that like Hadrian is this big political threat to him, but I like have to remind myself of that so that I don't feel like he's just a fucking teenager.
Yeah, and I wonder if some of that is purposeful from Ruocchio to contrast him with William, who he really, there's a lot to unpack with his depictions of William in this.
He's getting slopped up.
Yeah, he is. He is glowing this man up like the greatest emperor to ever live.
As the kids say, he's doing tricks on it.
Yeah, he is. But my biggest question from this conversation is, I know it's the main character, but why are we sending Hadrian on stealth missions when he is the biggest target of the Cielcin army?
I don't know. And I don't
As soon as
think
they
it makes
see
a lot of
him,
sense.
as soon as they see him, they put all of their resources into catching him. And so you send him with like no mask or anything, you know?
Yeah.
And also no sword.
Sending him down onto the planet with a fucking hologram of Sirianni going, humans! It's a crazy thing to do.
It's crazy. It's truly nonsensical. And like, he's really bad at this type of mission. Like, he's not a great fighter anymore. He doesn't have a sword.
He's terrible at stealth.
His men must know they're going to die.
Oh my God. Yeah, the case for like being assigned to Hadrian's squad just being a suicide mission is stronger than ever.
Yeah. Yeah,
They should get rid of the prison planet and just make it the Red Company.
Yeah, but I would also say in this scene, I'm putting in my tier list of dumb villain moments, I'm putting whatever the general who, because Doriaika is not actually on the planet.
Right.
Whoever
yeah,
the general is who's up there, he's like number 5 on that list, because you've had the emperor under siege for like, what, 3 years?
Seems like you could have found a way. What happened to just blowing up whole ass planets?
Yeah, just blow up the planet. Like at a
Seems
certain
like
point,
antimatter would. We've seen people wipe out cities real fast.
Yeah, and it's kind of, you know, they talk about how he wants to like show that the emperor, you know, can be walked around on a chain. Like, they want to capture him alive. They want to humiliate him, but that hasn't worked in the past.
Yeah,
Just
we
blow
have a
him up.
couple obvious examples of the case for not doing the public execution. Let's just get it done privately.
So yeah,
and
the
report back to
Cielcin battle
everyone.
strategy is not elite, let's say.
You know what's silly too is like their mission ultimately is just to destroy humanity and existence. In that way, they should just kill on sight, right?
Yeah.
What do they need the public execution for?
I know, it's really silly.
The goal really is just to kill, period. So I think any time, any place is a good, you know, that's when to do it.
Yeah,
Shoot first, ask questions later.
exactly.
I know that there were like some hand-wavy explanations about
Yeah.
the bunkers being shielded and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. Fire a world ship at them.
Seriously, just blow him the fuck up. But Mr. Emperor, I thought, was a bit of a bitch in this section.
I disagree.
He was like, I don't want to be rescued. I didn't ask for you to come here.
Okay, that was weird. You
When
didn't
they get
find him
mad
a
at
little
Hadrian.
heroic that he didn't want to like sacrifice the people? And then Hadrian's like, well, they're just stupid commoners. Fuck them.
So I actually thought about this a little bit, and I do think that there is a reason that there is military hierarchy in a strong military, and that
Yeah.
there is a reason that there are generals that stay behind the line of fire and command pieces that are bigger than frontline soldiers. And this really felt like one of those times where, like,
Yeah.
dude, just get out of there.
Listen, it's nothing personal, but unfortunately, you are cannon fodder. We all have a role to play.
And this is part of the problem with like futuristic space combat, though, is that at a certain point, like, genocidal numbers start feeling common. Like, he's like, oh, we lost like 1.4 million people. And I'm like,
Yeah, so, yeah, what is that? Like Minneapolis? Who cares?
Yeah. That's just like half a Baraniki. Like, who cares, you know?
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, I get your point. Like, he is also like depicted as a very, I don't know. Yeah. He's trying to be the man for his people. And there's something to respect there.
Which I respect. I mean, I do think that's a good thing to show someone like laboring over potentially sacrificing millions of civilians, you know, to ensure his own escape.
But also the question there is like, what is he adding? You know, he's not pushing the buttons himself. He's not a brilliant military mind.
So that's my question. Why is Hadrian slopping this guy up so much?
I don't get it.
All this guy has done is either directly or indirectly get Hadrian almost killed. He has an army of androgen fucking foot servants, probably concubines, all this shit. He represents basically everything that Hadrian hates. But Hadrian is all in. Yeah. Also, he has like all these asides about like whatever history may say about William, he was a good man. And then like 80 pages later, he shits on Valka, tries to marry him off to his daughter, and then Hadrian slaps him.
Yeah.
What is happening?
That's what I've struggled with a lot, is just like this love for the emperor and empire. That I don't know. Hadrian builds it up, but he didn't start that way, and he often like undercuts himself.
Yeah.
So like the paragraph that I actually pulled out, I'll read it, is, to his credit, William himself was silent. A lesser emperor might have raged, fumed, ordered her taken from his sight, or shot. A lesser emperor might have feared such a challenge, but William was no lesser emperor, nor even a merely good one. William was a great emperor, the greatest perhaps since the first, but he was emperor in an age that begged more than greatness of its lords, and he was only great. It's just like, so I get like the retrospective Hadrian narrator here is like, yeah, he was a good guy, but he wasn't enough.
Yeah.
But there is like so much buildup in really weird sections of William. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not buying it. I think it goes back to some of the stuff we're talking about with Kingdoms of Death.
Like great man theory and stuff.
Well, I was more talking about like the skewering of the Lothrian Commonwealth, even though that's like a very obviously silly representation of communism. And it's just like, it's hard to buy into Hadrian's support of the empire when it's just sort of by process of elimination, and all the other options are so ridiculously bad. Like, yeah, I would also choose the empire over the Yeltsin and the Lothrians. Like, I would pick it too, but that doesn't make it interesting.
Yeah, and he's
like, I would rather eat Arby's than my own shit. But like, I don't really want to eat Arby's.
What is Arby's? Is that eating good in the neighborhood? Is that their slogan?
It's we got the meats.
We got the meats. There we go.
We got the meats. Yeah. I was also, we were chatting with people about the Lothrians on Reddit, and I was trying to be diplomatic because there's no point in fighting people online. But I got some pushback about the whole Lothrians only being able to speak from like the state-approved playbook being more of a commentary on like the CCP's like crackdown on free speech. Absolutely disagree, by the way, because all of the justification you get for that is like, we want to make sure that no one's feelings are ever hurt, and people are all huge snowflakes, and anyways, we have to make sure that we don't misgender anyone. That is what we get. It's not a surveillance state. It's not that sort of thing. I mean, that's present, but like, there is so much to indicate that it is like a ripped from the headlines commentary on like campus speech policing. And frankly, I will not be persuaded otherwise.
Hell yeah. Die on your hill.
I'm going to die on this very stupid hill.
Just like Hadrian died on the hill that the emperor rocks, because I forgot in my notes that 4 chapters after the scene that I just talked about, he says, how could I fault a man who'd yet to stumble? After all the stuff that happened, he still thinks William is faultless. So I take it all back. Fuck Hadrian.
His shit don't stink. You would think it does.
Crazy after all this.
I know his wife tried to kill me and he sent me to the Lothrians and whatever. But who among us? Valka's tried to kill hundreds of people.
Oh, yeah. Valka.
Hadrian's is a crazy person. I think that's what it comes down to. We can't expect consistency from a madman.
No, certainly not.
I love him.
Oh, my God. And speaking of madman, he fucking snaps.
In what way? Which part are you talking about?
When he Thanos snaps and murders a guy through a camera. So, yeah, okay. Setting up. So after we have fucking tunnel fight number 87 in this stupid series, which I hate it so much. I read it and I'm like, I don't know where you are.
almost killed a Roomba and then did kill a Roomba.
That was the
Did we talk about that last
part.
episode?
Yeah, we did. That was the best part.
Well, I still like it.
But yeah, so they're finally shooting people off into safety. And
Not going well. Not into safety.
Not going well.
They're shooting them into a hail of bullets.
Yeah, that's just brutal, man. You're in like a defenseless, like a freighter truck escape pod. Just like,
well, I hope I don't blow up.
I hope Sandra Lynn catches me.
Oh, D Squadron has been eliminated. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they're just like boop, 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 on the screen. It's brutal.
This stuff was really fun scene. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love a good command room. I've always loved that.
Yeah, they're playing Battleship.
They are.
Okay, but you're talking about setting the scene for Hadrian getting his swagger back.
Well, first, Valka gets launched, and
what happens there?
She dies.
You know her last word was?
I don't remember.
I. Yeah. She's trying to say something. Should we talk about the Valka death before we talk about Hadrian getting his swagger back?
Yeah. Yeah, we should. It was pretty brutal. This is a brutal one, man.
I gotta say, we've talked a lot of shit about Valka. I was sad when she died.
It hit. I mean,
I was.
I've spent what, like 70 hours with Valka this year, you know?
I've spent more time with Valka than I have with my own family.
Yeah. It's a pretty 1-to-1 for me. And yeah, so it hurt a little bit, you know, even though we've been predicting it every portion of the book that we've read for the last 9 episodes.
True. And it's also like we are coming off the heels of, I think, his best writing about Hadrian and Valka. You know, they're like 28 years on the ship and
exactly.
I don't know. And yeah, and like Gibson's death, all that stuff, I think did make me believe in them a lot more as a unit. So it was sad to see her go, man.
Also, we forgot to mention that they, right before this, agreed to have a baby together.
Oh my God, yeah.
Holy shit.
What the hell?
I thought that was a really like sweet scene.
It's crazy.
I thought it was well written. I thought it was like a very like touching scene.
It's nice. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I think that's one of the things you're talking about, like this book meshing so nicely with Kingdoms of Death. It's like they've been through so much shit and they really want to be done with it and just live like a peaceful life, and this world isn't going to let them. And yeah, I feel like the kid is just a very natural extension of that. Like, can we just do this for us? Well, he's got her blood, so.
Yeah, I was actually noting that. It's like you're still going to make the blood thing happen at some point.
Is that weird to make the kid without her?
Well, it was going to be a test tube baby regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Hadrian could just have a kid no matter what, right? He's Palatine. He could probably.
But I think they were going to have it in a test tube.
No, I was just saying like they're using Valka's blood to make this kid, but she's not part of it.
Yes. It's very sad.
It's sad, but I bet he'll want to have a little piece of Valka.
Yeah, while he's rebounding with the Giadian concubine.
Yeah. Man, so Hadrian's just taking it on the fucking chin the past 2 books.
Dude, this was real chain of dogs. This was real chain of dogs for me. Man, like when you think he's hit rock bottom, he breaks through the floor. This is brutal.
This has to be rock bottom. I'm expecting.
Man, but the thing is, we know he still commits a genocide.
Emotionally, I don't think that's going to be rock bottom for him.
I think you're right. I think he's just going to be. He Thanos snaps and then goes off to studying, and living in the monk monastery.
5 books about how awful the Sealson are. So. He's probably going to kill a whole bunch of humans in the process.
Yeah, this is brutal. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's so tough. He really done. I don't know, man. I don't know where life takes him at this point or why he would want to continue being in it.
Yeah. I mean, first he shuts down, which is a natural response. He's just laying on the floor. And the emperor, who is faultless, is like, why the fuck are you laying on the floor?
Yeah.
I was really mad at the emperor. But
Not
then
a good
he's
look
getting
for the emperor.
no. But then the Cielson pop on screen,
Yeah.
and boy, was that a bad time to like both force a birth. Is that the same scene?
No, we skipped over the birth. That's when they were
Okay.
trying to negotiate with the Cielson, and they showed that it was like the Duke of the planet, and they had impregnated him.
Okay, before we talk about the Cielson birth,
Hot.
let's talk about the immediate reaction of Hadrian to Valka's death, which is just pure pit of sadness into pure unrefined anger.
You will not like him when he's angry.
Oh my God. This guy thought he was safe 1,400 miles away in space through a camera?
Incorrect.
Hell nah.
You're talking to the heir of Bill Gates. Emperor William himself reborn.
Yeah, it's kind of lit.
He got his shit back. Very cool.
Mhm. And he reality riffs the glass in the cockpit of the Cielson world ship to break.
Sucked out into space. No bueno. Do you remember in the Star Wars new movies when Princess Leia just floats through space and like somehow gets her way back to the ship?
Yeah.
That was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to comment too much on the new Star Wars movies and the fact that they're booty.
I liked them.
At least we had Andor. Andor rocked.
I've seen one episode.
It was very good.
That guy looks like
I
Paul
recommend
McCartney.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of
He's-
terrifying. A
Yeah.
man kills a guy through a camera, screams so loud that the lights break,
Mm,
and then we're like, okay.
yeah. Excited to see where this goes. Feels like he's leveled up.
Oh, he's got some crazy powers now. Because before he really only had the power to save himself from imminent death.
Yeah.
Now
Is
he
that-
can snipe people.
I mean, that's OP right there.
And he had to sift through, like, if you think about the realm of possibilities that are the glass breaking on a world ship, it is, a needle in the Sahara Desert.
There are not a lot of needles in there. I promise you.
Nope.
I've been. Yeah, I'm excited to see how that develops. Though, I kind of get the sense he's going to probably take a little break from combat for a little while.
Yeah.
I think we're going
You
to get
also-
a fat time skip.
Oh, I think we are too. I think you are too. And we do get the we get a preview of how Hadrian treats authority now in this section when he like refuses to back down or bow to the emperor after he murks the guy through the screen.
I mean, when you really don't care if you live or die, I don't think there's...
Mm-mm.
Why kneel to the emperor, you know?
Yeah.
What the hell was up with the emperor's comment about she was just Tavrosi?
Yeah. We're talking back at the spaceship roundtable, like 2 weeks later or whatever.
No, when he offers to marry. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
sorry.
yeah. When they get off the planet, the Sander
Oh, sorry. I thought you were
rescues-
going back to like the birth scene.
no.
Yes, yeah. Because he's asking Hadrian what he wants, and Hadrian doesn't want shit. He wants to be released. And then he just makes this ridiculously callous
Oof.
comment about like, fucking get over it. You can marry my daughter. She's just a Tavrosi. Who cares? This is the guy that he's been doing tricks on for the second
Yeah.
half of this book, who's never made a mistake and is such a... I know everyone has their blind spots, but that's like really cold.
It was a confusing scene because like at first like William comes over and hugs him and you get that classic like Hadrian like, oh, he spoke with I, not with we, and he was really being a human in this moment, and that's what I needed. But then in the same like page, you get him being the guy who's always proven to be, which is, cold, calculating
Yeah.
dictator.
It's just not lining up. It's like the way Hadrian speaks about him versus like what I'm observing. It's just not, I don't think he's worthy of that praise. And then if he really is meant to be worthy of that praise, then he wouldn't make this sort of comment. Like, and
Right.
it just feels inconsistent with the guy that we've seen before. He has come across as somewhat reasonable, and he like isn't super bound up by propriety. He like lets them have a little slack privately.
Mm-hmm.
Here he was just a motherfucker. Like,
He's also, I thought he was going to be smarter than that. Like, this is the 1,000-year-old, 2,000-year-old emperor who, you know, knows all these crazy secrets and also knows Hadrian pretty well and has like been so subtle in public hearings to test him with only things that, you know, like a secret communication language. And he seems totally out of his element empathizing in the scene where he could have, I don't know, he had so many other options than to be like, well, she's just a Tavrosi.
it's just a crazy thing to say to some. Yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't feel consistent with the William that we have met thus far, and it casts a really bizarre light on Hadrian's adoration of him.
Yeah, well, certainly a slap in the face to Hadrian, and a physical slap in the face. Then back to the
returned slap for slap, baby.
Pow.
That was not well received.
Dude, that had to feel so good, though.
Had to feel good.
Oh
and
my
he
God!
doesn't care.
I bet.
What does Hadrian care?
I bet it was like, you know, when you dap someone up in like an echoey room. It had to be the crispest, skin on skin contact.
His hand was perfectly cupped to the shape of his face.
And a little echo.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good, but he was quickly thrown into prison again.
Well, he also tries to like die by cop, which is not. It's not
kill me. Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you all.
Yeah. And didn't he say like, I will not let you suicide yourself by. Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
So I see what you're doing, Hadrian. You're trying to die.
No.
Yeah. They're gonna have to put this guy in a padded room.
Yeah, I mean, it does suck because literally, I was just commenting earlier this episode. It was a very good moment to bookend him not wanting to die anymore, and now he wants to die more than anything.
I know. That's what I was thinking when you were saying that. It's like, oh, might have jumped the gun a little bit.
Hurts.
But so he's gonna go to the prison planet, which, frankly, I kind of want to see.
I kind of wanted to see permafrost prison.
I feel like Chris would make a sick ass prison planet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but to be fair, the way they described what they would actually do to him, or that Hadrian imagined they would do to him, would not be that cool. Which is just put you in fugue on the prison planet and leave you there for 1,000 years.
Yeah, that would not be an interesting book.
No, Hadrian dreams.
It's 800 blank pages. The Book of Dreaming.
I was like, oh my God, we're going back to jail. God damn it.
Listener, if anyone ever wants to just go count how many different times Hadrian's been to jail in this series and how much of his total life he's spent in jail, I would be really curious to know.
It would be a good exercise. I had fun the one book where I counted all the time skips.
Yep.
That was actually a fun exercise, but I'm not going back. But it's a lot. It's at least 3 times a book on average.
Has to be. Yeah, no one's. In sci-fi and fantasy, I think this is the record.
Yeah.
Most instances of going to prison. I don't know if it's the most time spent there, but certainly the most time sent.
Unless we count the movie or the show Prison Break, which I have never seen, but I assume a lot of it takes place in a prison.
Dude, you know which show of that vintage I want to watch? 24.
Yo, Jack Bauer. I grew up on Jack Bauer.
I heard that show is just like extremely War on Terror era racist.
It's really conservative coded, yeah. Like, I mean, it was very much in the pop culture era of like, every bad guy is set in a dusty Afghan village, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the case in the one Grisham novel I read.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kiefer Sutherland, he makes some blues rock. Did you know that?
Hey, I did not.
Yeah, check him out. It's available on Spotify under the name Kiefer Sutherland.
Perfect.
Yeah, listeners, if you're looking for some blues rock made by a washed up actor, check that out. Okay, so he doesn't go to Prison Planet. Lorien.
Yeah, What do you
What?
think of this ending?
I didn't mind it. It seems like you didn't like it.
It felt like it just
I'm
went out
sad
with a
that-
whimper.
That felt right. I think he
guess,
just
I
got the
guess.
shit kicked out of him for 2 books. But like, I sort of like where he landed. I'm happy that he's out of the Empire. Like, I think he needs somewhere that he can be safe and attempts to knit himself back together, because this has been a ridiculous stretch.
You don't think it would have been a more fun cliffhanger to end it half a chapter earlier?
No. And Disquiet Gods is already out, you know? We could start it right now.
I think it could have been a fun cliffhanger to just be
Yeah.
like, oh, and he's off to Prison Planet.
That would have been a cool start to the next book, yeah. But
Right.
I don't know. Since it's like functioning, I'm assuming as a send off to Lorien.
Yeah.
That's my prediction, is I don't think we see more Lorien here.
Also, if there is a time skip, it would be silly to have one chapter and then a 70-year time skip. But
Yeah, they work better between books. So no, I didn't mind it. I like it.
yeah, it just felt like, we were in such a high of the slapping of the Emperor, the ending of the battle, and then I think it was just a little too much reflection time on the way to jail for me. The whole thing felt very quiet.
Well, I mean, all I can say,
Not a big gripe. Not a big
all I
gripe.
can say is I kind of enjoyed the ending. So
Yeah. Well, all in all, this book for me was, either number 1 or number 2 in the series.
do you think that the next book starts with a Jason Statham-esque, we got to get you in for one last job?
We gotta rescue one
What's
more
the
guy.
job?
Jason Statham, accomplished British national diver.
Really?
Yes,
Makes sense.
he was an Olympic high diver.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's a transporter.
and he is, and he's still like 5'6", you know.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Actors are also short.
I know, it's very
Yeah,
surprising.
they're very like petite and photogenic.
Oh, he's a diver. Those dudes are like ripped, but also like 110 pounds.
And smooth.
Smooth.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my prediction. Hadrian gets pulled back into the fray for one last job.
Yeah,
Ocean's
that's a good
11.
prediction.
Yeah.
My prediction is that Jad is full of Jedis. He shacks up with one of the 125 concubines that he keeps talking about in battle scenes.
We're getting a kid, for sure.
And he's going to have a kid. And
Is he going to be a good dad?
no.
I think it's going to be really focused on a classical education. He seems like one of those weirdos who would homeschool his kids because, like, the reading curriculum isn't rigorous enough at the public school.
No, he's going to Daniel Day-Lewis it. I've abandoned my
I've
boy.
abandoned my child. Force feeding it goat's milk.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, he's going to like have a baby and then commit genocide and get shipped off to be a monk. And the baby's going to, I don't know what's going to happen to it.
Where's your dad? Oh, he blew up his son. He's in prison.
Maybe Crispin will raise his child.
Crispin's a great dad. Crispin's taking his kid to t-ball games.
Okay, are we going to get any family?
No,
Are we?
they're dead. They're beyond dead. Why did he foreshadow the sister if we're not going to get the sister?
But you don't know. She's Palatine. She could live to be like 800.
We got 2 books left. I don't know how those guys are fitting in.
I don't know.
We got a son to blow up. We got watchers to kill.
Dude, and Jad is really far away. I just realized that the time skip's absolutely happening. The trip to Jad is like 150 years.
Yeah, we had like 3 books of them on the way.
Yeah.
God damn.
I hope it's good. I hope he I hope he Vorgasoses it and makes it really cool.
I think, man, is this based entirely on the name of the next book? Yes. I'm expecting some pretty sick Watchers and Quiet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to get a lot.
Big lore, and I want really good planet depictions.
Give me planet, give me lore.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even have
And
a
I'm
lore
happy.
corner in this episode, even though we have a jingle.
We didn't. There was
Oh,
no
there's
lore.
no lore. Yeah, there's probably some lore. But...
Well, oh no, there's lore corner. Cielson baby.
Does that go anywhere, or is that just gross out?
No, it's just icky.
Yeah, I also don't think it goes anywhere. Although, I did look at some Reddit post about, like, in preparation for Shadows Upon Time, like, significant chapters from each book, and they flagged the Cielson birth thing as significant. So
the one thought there is that the Cielson have a lot of captured human bodies, most of which they eat, some of which they use to throw at Hadrian, and some of which maybe they're using to carry their children. And some of which, to my prediction from earlier in the book, they may be using as agents of biological warfare.
Okay. Interesting.
So I do think it is significant. The fact that they have like millions of bodies on ice is something's going to happen there.
Bodies are currency. You'd rather have millions of bodies than none at all, I think.
No, actually, no. Because do you remember when oil dipped to like negative? Like the price of a barrel of oil.
Oh, in real
like
life? Yes.
Yeah. And people were buying like barrels because they would like get called on their purchases of like options, and they'd have to buy like 100 physical barrels and take delivery of it. That is an instance where it is better not to have it.
You did order this shipment of bodies, unfortunately.
It's like, oh, you live in a studio in Lower Manhattan? There's 100 barrels of oil.
What the hell's going on? Okay, we got to end this episode. This is absurd.
What do you mean it's absurd? I'm having a great time.
I'm having a good time, but our listeners are not.
Yeah, they are. We're at exactly an hour.
I told you I didn't have that much to say about the end of this book.
I know. This is perfect.
Okay.
We covered everything I wanted.
In roughly a week or two, we're going to do Disquiet Gods. We're doing 2 parts. And then, because after our begging and pleading, we got an arc, we are going to have at least some episodes ready in advance of Shadows Upon Time.
Yes.
I think with it being the last series and with it being quite a long book, take our time. I think we're going to give it a lot of episodes, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know.
I think the promise we can make is that when you buy Shadows Upon Time on the day it comes out, we will have an episode ready for you to listen to. Not the first part of the book.
And if anyone's, 1, still listening at the hour mark, and 2, like kind of wants to know what our reading schedule for Shadows Upon Time is, we are happy to share that.
Yes.
And maybe we'll announce it like in one of the Disquiet Gods episodes. So if you ever want to like time up so that you can kind of finish a section right when a episode's going to drop, maybe we'll do that. That could be fun because it feels like a big event. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. Usually we publish on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but I think for book 7, we're going to try to publish every like 3 or 4 days, hopefully, so that as you're reading, we'll have a couple 100 pages ready for you.
Yeah, but if any thoughts on like how we should sort of do more community engagement for the last book, let us know, because there ain't no more Sun Eater after this, folks. The sun's going to be eated.
Yeah. And Avery, there's only so much debating about the meaning of Lotharian communism you can do on Reddit. So please give us engagement ideas.
I got to stop talking about the Lotharians. I'm a broken record at this point. And there's no point in debating because my mind's made. I'm dug in.
You ain't switching.
I'm not. Nothing you could say will change my mind because I'm old. Okay. With that said, go watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Soda pop.
Bye.